Hi guys, today I have terrible lockdown haircut, but a great game to show you. We will be playing with the designer of Seven Wonders, and by we I mean we will be analyzing his replay. Without further ado, let's get to the table. Antoine Bauza himself. He is playing here as Alexandria Toinito, that's his nickname, but I will call him just Antoine, Antonio, or just the designer, because that nick is hard for me to pronounce. This is a lower rated game, like this is the only game that he played on Seven Wonders. A lot of people have sent me this game to cover, so I had to cover it as well. And let me just first say that designers don't have to be great players, and they very, very rarely are great players. Developers need to basically balance the game, but the designer doesn't have to be excellent at his game to design an excellent board game. So I will criticize probably a lot of his picks in this one, but I will try to make it into something positive. So like this will be, from a competitive standpoint, this is not a well played game, but I will try to show you how you can apply maybe principles that he is trying to do here to your game to make it better. So he chooses B here, and that's the first lesson for you guys. B sides usually stands for better. I am a big fan of some A sides, but when you're just starting, you should probably focus on the B sides for most of the wonders. Here, two duels. Let's just talk maybe strategically here. Giza seems to be fighting for red. That's usually what the A pick means. Babylon is the green one here. Ephesos, this also means fighting red. That puts us in tough position across the green player. But from the first hand, I think we still choose excavation here. And I think Antoine here chooses excavation as well. And that's the second lesson for you guys. Duels are really good and usually worth first picking. So here is an interesting one. I would probably jump to lumberyard, so to wood, or guard tower for the reds, or maybe Orvain to also make more red plays. But Antoine chooses a line that I think not many people will agree here. I was like going through this replay 3 times to even see what he was doing, because I couldn't like focus which card did he bury, and he buries marketplace here. I think that's one of the lessons that I will turn into. He rushes this stage, which is obviously a very powerful stage. This is basically all the Alexandria has for itself, as the second stage is pretty poor, and the third stage is also like okay, but not great. 4 wood is a lot. So here he rushes this stage, and this is another lesson for you guys. Wonder stages are mostly used like to just boost your win rate immediately. Think of wonder stages as places where you can hide bad cards. Like when you get a hand when you can't play anything from it, this is where you play wonder stage. Here, obviously, there's a lot of good picks, so we do not have to do that. Here, Antoine hides marketplace, but I strongly disagree. I think I would have played a lumberyard probably from this hand. Hand 4, and this is another surprising pick. Like we see Ephesos going for a Scriptorium, but he doesn't have anything else right now for the green strategy, so doesn't look that perfect. I'm just going to say Antoine chooses a workshop from this one, and this is a good principle. And the fourth lesson is don't let people get all the green. But I think he comes from this from a weird perspective. If he wants to hide, it would probably be better to pick clay and then pick and then hide the workshop, because we don't want to be in green when there are people like Ephesos here and Babylon, and we do not have currently a lot of support for the green. So for me, this time, this should be barracks, and that's also lesson number 5. I'm starting to lose the count. Red is really good. Like winning, red is one of the dominant strategies, as was in the 4th one, the green. So here, this pick, we can make it work by going barracks. Obviously, picking Orvain from the previous hand would have made more sense given our second stage. But you know, if we like, I will look from this from the perspective of currently playing, as I usually do with the replays. It's impossible to like what would have been good if I played that card 2 cards ago. So here, barracks is a natural contender. Also, altar is very good as well. But he picked the green card, so he goes red, which is very interesting. As this is maybe aimed at newer players, Scriptorium is the only green that doesn't branch out into red, so it's usually like a peaceful green. The cog and the compass branch out into red, so it's easier to go red-green with those. Here, just the Lumberyard makes sense, but I don't remember what he picks. I think he maybe even froze from this hand? Or picks Loom? No, I think he goes Lumberyard. Yeah. Here, Stockade makes the most sense to me. But I think Antoine goes for the press here. Let's see. And that would be lesson number 6. Like, I think he has a good principle here, but wrong execution again. Lesson 6 is the H1 and to some extent H2 is for setting up yourself for success, to setting up your economy. And that's what he's applying here. I just think tempo-wise, this is not a good play. And the last one, this is buffs or Claypool or throw. I honestly think this is probably throw, but he goes buffs, I think. But we are just put into a tough position because of our earlier picks. So 6 lessons in H1. Let's see how many we can get in H2. Okay, so H2, this is a very awkward hand. Like we would ideally want to play Foundry from this hand to enable our stage, unless we want to pay for dollars for that. For pesos, I don't know how to call just for gold, let's say that. But obviously we can't. The red looks quite interesting. We are able to get another one if we are lucky. But I think Antoine here discards the card. If I were to discard a card, I would probably go for Dispensary, just so this guy can't have it. But yeah, we are in a tough position strategically. So that's gonna be my lesson number 7. I hope I'm counting them all right. Have a strategy in mind. Here, I think this is just a little bit all over the place. We are not green, we are not like, we do not have economy, we do not have red. That's not where you want to be. So here, I think he discards Dispensary. If I was to, I would discard Dispensary. I remember he discards one, I think, but I'm not sure. He discards Double Clay, which is also an interesting pickup, as I think that actually might be better than my line. Because this guy cannot access. This guy won't have access to his last stage. This would be a very interesting one if we were like hiding them under our wonder stages. That would have been a brilliant play, I think. We could have also hidden this Brickyard. Here we are regretting not picking red. The stables would have been up for grabs, and we would be able to dominate red, and suddenly our game would turn up. But here, I know Antonio plays Dispensary because I remember this pick, and that's a very, very interesting one. He actually got the school already. This was the one that we can play for free we cannot play the other one, so we would be forced to take university in the last round. But a good thing is that university will be free for us because we have the resources. So the lesson number 8 is know what cards are in the pool. You don't have to memorize everything, but like be aware what types of cards are. Board Game Arena does a great job with helping you play because you can just scroll down, everything is here, you can hover and get every info. For example, university here, as you can see, this will be free for us. And you know that there are 2 universities in 4 players, so shouldn't be heavily contested. I think this is an interesting line. I think it's just too slow again, but that's because of our misplace in the first age. Another tricky situation. We are really getting punished by not having the ores. I'm just going to point it out. But here, of course, we're just trying to save this game. I think Temple makes most sense. As you can see, we are unable to access the green one, and we are forced to pass it to him. So here, this is an excellent hand for us because we can Foundry that will let us get our Wonder stage. Worth noting is also that Giza here has the wood for us to finish our last stage, and that would be my advice number 9. I'm starting to run out of fingers soon, but we'll think of something. Make sure that you are able to build your Wonder. That's basically it. So here archery range is very interesting. Stables was picked. There is a walls coming to him, but I think we still play it. Maybe no. I think we hide it, I guess, because that would be. But I think he plays it. And he didn't have the walls. He didn't play the walls. Maybe I miscounted. But here we are, of course, just playing our Wonder stage, and this will be advice number 10. When you have these Wonder stages, if you leave them for H3, it's like too late. It's too late. You either finish them H2 or you do not finish them at all. Playing this H3 and then playing this H3, this is just way too slow. The moment to play this Wonder stage at the latest is at the end of H2, and that's usually the perfect moment to play this. This goes along with my other advice about leaving Wonder stages for bad picks. Here, nothing is that interesting for us. Like Sawmill is okay, but it's not great. Loom, we can just play this one. And the advice number 11, let's just use the positional system now. You can ask always how many cards is too much for the economy. I usually go with the advice that 6 cards is the perfect number for the economy. Sometimes you can get away with less, especially with the green strategies. But here, Antoine played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because we are counting this, of course, as an economy. And also he threw ones. So he used 7 slots. 7 is not too bad. I guess this is 7 wonders. But it's actually 6 cards for economy. So this will probably mean that he will struggle with getting enough points down the line. So first hand, an excellent card, Palace, the most scoring green cards in the game. We just grab it. Then this is an interesting hand because we have University, and University gives us at 8 points at the moment, because 1 for the green and 7 for finishing the set. I think this is decorators anyway. Like, I think university is not in danger of getting snatched, and even if it is, I think it's more important to grab it than, for example, let him have it. But Antoine here disagrees. He just grabs university. He was prepared for it. He planned for it. It's not all bad. And as you can see, university is getting here, and we would likely get it on the hand coming back to us on the last hand. And that will be advice number 12. I hope this goes well with the camera. When you are playing like 3-player, 4-player, 5-player, some hands will come back to you. Think about what you might be able to get from them and prepare for that. That's just my simple advice. Here I would probably actually start playing red with Castrum, but I think Antoine goes with the safer route of playing Arena. Which I disagree with, because Arena is not great for anyone at the moment, but maybe that's also why he does it, because he expects that other people will play red, but I think Castrum makes more sense here. Here we get Pantheon. I don't know how, but we do, so we grab it, of course. Here we get Town Hall, which again is excellent for us. And the decorators rotated, which I was very surprised when I played it. But we are not playing it, we are playing the Wonder Stage, because decorators needs a Wonder Stage to be finished. As you can see, not a lot of hate drafting on this table. In the end, this is a weird one. Antoine got second, but like he won red in 2 ages with 1 red card. Usually that won't happen. This guy, I think, played a decent game. He had a plan. He executed it pretty well. Just a solid one from him. I think here this was a little weird. Like not getting into red, too many economy cards, but an excellent guild. And this, I think Babylon needs at least a green splash if you are trying to do that. But he did very well on reds, which is also something that's pretty nice for him. And there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you do, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps me out a lot, and you can always get notified whenever I post a new video. Have a nice day. Bye.